The story begins in a terrifying and mysterious world hidden thousands of kilometers beneath the Earth's surface. This is not an ordinary place, but a deathly stronghold where silence itself hides danger and something unseen is always breathing in the dark. Above, in the strange dark sky, bizarre creatures hover, while deep below, even more dangerous beasts exist, creatures humans have never even heard of. In search of such a place, a director travels into the depths of the ocean with his team to shoot an adventurous film. But that very night, their ship loses its way at sea. They do not even realize how long they have been drifting. Suddenly, through thick fog, a mysterious place appears ahead. As the captain sees it clearly, he immediately turns the ship to avoid crashing into rocks. However, a massive wave hits the ship, spinning it 180 degrees and pushing it toward the rocks. The ship eventually crashes and stops against them. When the fog clears, a strange and terrifying island appears before them. The director becomes extremely excited, seeing it as a perfect shooting location, but others like Cassandra and Beak are shocked and uneasy. While the crew repairs the ship, the director secretly takes his team to the island despite the captain's awareness. The captain sees this but cannot stop them. As they move deeper into the island, they encounter strange statues, increasing the sense of fear. Soon they reach shore and step onto the mysterious land. Inside a cave, they find human heads, which horrify them, but they still continue forward. Everywhere, human skeletons lie scattered. Climbing a cliff, they see a huge, towering wall that leaves them stunned. Beyond the wall, there is silence and an airy atmosphere. Dried fish hanging from trees suggest that humans live here. Then they see a young tribal girl, appearing to have African genetic traits. She gestures for them to leave. The director ignores her warning and offers her chocolate, but she reacts fearfully. When he forcefully gives it to her, she bites his hand in panic. More tribespeople emerge, including an old man and many sick, weak villagers. Suddenly, violence erupts. One man is killed by a spear, another by a hammer blow to the head. Chaos spreads as the director is restrained. Just as he is about to be killed, gunshots ring out, the captain arrives with his crew and saves them. The natives flee in fear. They all return to the ship, but the danger is not over. At night, Cassandra senses something approaching. The tribespeople climb aboard using long bamboo poles and begin searching for her. Jack wakes up and finds the ship in chaos. Cassandra is abducted. The captain realizes the severity of the situation when he sees fire on the island, suggesting a ritual is taking place. The crew prepares weapons and heads back. On the island, Cassandra is taken to a ritual site where strange ceremonies continue. A massive shadowy creature emerges from the jungle, King Kong. The beast captures Cassandra and disappears into the forest. The director, instead of fear, feels excitement and greed, thinking about capturing King Kong for fame. Meanwhile, Jack and others enter dangerous jungle terrain filled with prehistoric creatures, including dinosaurs and giant insects. A triceratops attacks them, causing chaos. The director records everything instead of helping. Meanwhile, King Kong carries Cassandra deeper into the jungle. Eventually, Jack and the team follow massive footprints, realizing they are on the trail of a giant predator. As they continue, they encounter more prehistoric dangers, including giant insects and ruins of an ancient civilization. Exhausted, they rest, but the captain notices enormous footprints, confirming they are dealing with an extremely powerful and ancient creature. Hearing this, Fear becomes clearly visible on everyone's faces because they have no strength to fight such creatures. But the director secretly takes the camera and goes to record the entire valley. Then he notices several gigantic brachiosaurus-like dinosaurs in the distance, peacefully eating. He records everything without panic. Suddenly, all the dinosaurs become alert at once, raising their heads and looking around as if sensing danger. At that moment, something suddenly moves violently through the bushes and the atmosphere changes instantly. Bruce feels something is very wrong. Without saying anything, he slowly starts moving back and then suddenly begins to run. The others first don't understand, but then they follow him. Jack runs ahead and sees the director escaping with the camera, while several massive brachiosaurus dinosaurs are running behind him. Their huge bodies shake the ground, filling the entire path, as if a stampede is happening. The real cause of this chaos is clever velociraptors. They run around quickly, scaring the larger dinosaurs, so they rush toward the humans. One velociraptor jumps onto a large dinosaur's neck, but it is thrown off. At the same time, Jack fights one and kicks it down. Bruce hides in a pit-like place while running and trembles in fear. Something thick falls on him, and when he looks up, a dangerous creature stares at him. Terrified, he runs again and overtakes the others. A velociraptor charges toward Jack. Jack hides under a large dinosaur and escapes as the raptor collides with it. He then takes the opportunity to attack and kills it under the dinosaur's feet. But the path ends ahead. Several large dinosaurs cannot turn and fall into a ravine. Chaos spreads everywhere. A man shoots a rifle and kills a velociraptor, but the bullet accidentally hits a large dinosaur behind it, causing it to lose balance and collide with others. A chain reaction begins, and the path starts collapsing. Many people are injured while others narrowly survive. Jack grabs the director and they escape. The rest climb toward a hill, but the velociraptors continue chasing them. At the back, an old man carrying camera equipment struggles to climb. Exhausted, he calls for help. But before anyone can reach him, a velociraptor grabs him and drags him down, killing him. Meanwhile, King Kong brings Cassandra to his lair and places her on the ground. She is too scared to move. King Kong watches her briefly, but when she does not react, he loses interest and sits outside like a king. Cassandra is actually conscious and slowly tries to escape, but King Kong quickly notices her. She falls back in fear. This time, however, she tries acting, pretending to be dead. King Kong becomes confused and curious. When she suddenly scares him, he gets angry but does not attack her. Instead, he behaves strangely, showing both curiosity and attachment. Meanwhile, Jack's group has lost many members. Some suggest turning back, but opinions differ. The captain decides to return with half the group while the rest stay and build a boat to cross the water-filled jungle. As they enter the water, Jack senses something strange. A giant shrimp-like creature emerges. He kills it, but many more appear. Soon a massive fish-like creature attacks their boat, destroying it. Jack nearly drowns but manages to escape underwater and hides among tree roots. He later surfaces and sees chaos everywhere. The director is shouting to save his camera. The giant fish attacks again and drags a man underwater in front of everyone. The director continues filming without hesitation. A man fires a machine gun, but it has no effect. The boat is destroyed further, and everyone falls into the water. Jack tries to save the camera, but the creature attacks again. At the right moment, the director shoots and forces it back. Everyone reaches the shore exhausted. The director checks his camera and is relieved it is still working. Suddenly, the creature emerges again and drags another man away. A larger monster appears. attacks the group, and throws a man off a cliff. Jack and others fire at it, but it is unaffected. It destroys a wooden bridge, causing everyone to fall. Luckily, the structure gets stuck between rocks, saving them, though many are injured. Jack wakes up surrounded by strange insects. He uses a flare to scare them away, but more dangerous creatures appear as darkness falls. The insects begin attacking the dead bodies, consuming them. A man is slowly eaten alive despite trying to fight them off. Jack gets trapped but is rescued by a companion who shoots the insects off him. However, even larger threats emerge, giant scorpions approaching from all directions. As they arrive, the smaller insects disappear, leaving only the massive scorpions surrounding them from all sides. Hearing this, fear becomes clearly visible on everyone's faces because they have no strength left to fight such huge and powerful creatures. It feels like their end is near. Suddenly, gunfire echoes from above. Everyone looks up and sees the captain returning with his men. He continuously fires and takes down the giant scorpions. The bullets pierce their armor, and one by one they fall. The captain and his team arrive like saviors and eliminate the threat. Jack and the remaining survivors somehow climb out of the ravine. But after coming out, Jack decides to separate from the group because he does not want to leave Cassandra behind. The captain does not stop him, as he has his own hidden plan. Meanwhile, Cassandra is wandering alone in the jungle. She sees a four-legged dinosaur peacefully eating. She tries to sneak away quietly but accidentally steps on a branch, making noise. She hides behind a tree, holding her breath. When she turns to leave, the dinosaur suddenly appears in front of her. She freezes in fear, then runs. But the dinosaur keeps chasing her. She hides inside a hollow tree trunk, but it is rotten and unsafe. Suddenly, something pulls the dinosaur away, saving her. However, danger is not over. A huge centipede-like creature emerges from inside the tree and touches her face. Another one appears from behind. Terrified, Cassandra pushes it away and runs again. When she comes out, she feels she is being watched. Turning back, she sees a giant T-Rex holding the four-legged dinosaur in its mouth. She runs again in panic, but the T-Rex chases her. She slips on a slope and falls, then continues running until she collapses from exhaustion. Strangely, the T-Rex does not notice her for a moment and leaves. But her relief is short-lived. Another T-Rex appears nearby. Now she is surrounded. She manages to dodge its attacks, but during a struggle she loses balance and hangs from a branch over a deep ravine. At that moment, King Kong arrives with a powerful leap. He grabs the branch and kicks the T-Rex away. Cassandra slips, but King Kong catches her safely in his hand. Now another T-Rex attacks. King Kong fights while holding her. A second and then a third T-Rex join the fight. He battles all of them, using raw strength, throwing, striking, and killing them one by one. After a brutal fight, he defeats them all but becomes exhausted. Still, he protects Cassandra and places her on his shoulder. Slowly, she realizes he is not trying to harm her. They sit together on a high cliff watching the sunset. Cassandra tries to entertain him with gestures, but he barely reacts. Yet a strange bond begins forming between them. They sleep there. Meanwhile, Jack secretly arrives and tries to rescue Cassandra. He cuts a rope, collapsing a wooden bridge. As they try to escape, King Kong wakes up and chases them. They cross a broken bridge, but King Kong jumps over it and appears in front of them. They briefly trap him behind a door, but inside they find the captain and his men waiting with weapons. It was a trap. As King Kong breaks in, they attack him with metal hooks and a sedative gas. He struggles but is eventually pinned down with a heavy net. Cassandra tries to stop them, but it is too late. King Kong breaks free again in rage, injuring many people. Chaos breaks out. Everyone flees toward boats. But King Kong follows. He destroys a boat and continues attacking. The captain shoots a harpoon into his leg, and the director uses a tranquilizer. Finally, King Kong collapses unconscious. Later, he is shown chained and forced into a public performance. He is treated as a spectacle for profit. Loud lights and machines control his movements. Cassandra is not there. When a fake reenactment of her is staged in front of him, he realizes the truth and becomes enraged. He breaks free, causing destruction and panic. He searches for Cassandra everywhere but cannot find her. Finally, he senses her presence in the distance. They see each other. They reunite. King Kong gently touches her, and both share an emotional moment filled with fear, sadness, and attachment. But such a bond cannot last in this world. And the story ends. A tale of human greed and a wild creature's innocence. In the end, the question remains, who is the real monster, humans or the one they call a monster?